1. Many startups dive into AWS thinking they're saving costs. But there's a hidden cost trap that can drain your budget faster than you think. Let's uncover this trap and how you can avoid it. The result? Skyrocketing costs that can sink your startup before it gains traction. Understanding AWS pricing models is crucial. They can be complex, with charges for compute, storage, data transfer, and even API calls. Without a solid strategy, your monthly bill can spiral out of control. 3. The simple explanation: AWS pricing is based on usage. You pay for what you consume. This model sounds fair, but it can backfire. Here's how: pay as you go, you're charged for every hour your instances run. Data transfer costs: moving data in and out of AWS can be pricey. Provisioned resources: underestimating or over-provisioning leads to unnecessary expenses. The key to avoiding the cost trap is understanding your usage patterns and optimizing them. 4. Real-world example: let's look at a real startup, DataCrunch, which provides analytics solutions. Initially, they deployed a simple setup with two M5. Large instances to handle their web application. The cost per instance was about $70 per month. They also used S3 for storage, estimating they'd need 500 gigabytes, costing around $12.50. Their monthly bill was projected to be around $152.50. However, after 2 months, they were shocked to see a bill of $1,200. Here's why: they had not monitored their usage. The instances were running 24/7, even during low traffic periods. They transferred large datasets in and out of S3 without realizing they were charged for data transfer. They added services like RDS for their database without careful consideration of costs. By failing to analyze their usage, they fell into the AWS cost trap, nearly derailing their operations. 5. What to do instead to avoid falling into the AWS cost trap. Here's a step-by-step framework you can implement. 1. Set budgets and alerts. Use AWS budgets to set a monthly spending limit. Configure alerts for when you're close to your budget. Set thresholds, like 80% and 100%. 2. Use Cost Explorer. Regularly check AWS Cost Explorer to analyze spending patterns. Look at services that are driving costs and identify trends over time. 3. Implement auto-scaling. Set up auto-scaling for your EC2 instances. Define minimum and maximum limits. For example, have a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 4 instances. 4. Optimize storage costs. Regularly review S3 storage. Use lifecycle management to move infrequently accessed data to cheaper storage classes, like S3 Glacier. Delete unnecessary data and old snapshots. 5. Review resource usage regularly. Conduct monthly audits of your AWS resources. Shut down resources that are not in use. For instance, if you have a development environment, turn it off after hours. By following these steps, you can create a sustainable AWS usage plan that aligns with your budget. 6. Common mistakes. Now, let's discuss 5 common mistakes that lead to unnecessary costs and how to avoid them. 1. Ignoring idle resources. Fix. Regularly check for idle EC2 instances and terminate or stop them when not in use. 2. Not monitoring data transfer. Fix. Use CloudWatch to set alarms for unusual data transfer spikes. Understand the costs associated with data transfers. 3. Over-provisioning resources. Fix. Start with smaller instance types and scale up as needed. Use AWS pricing calculator for cost estimates. 4. Neglecting reserved instances. Fix. If you have predictable workloads, consider purchasing reserved instances. They can save you up to 75% over on-demand pricing. 5. Failure to leverage free tier. Fix. Take full advantage of AWS free tier offerings for the first year. This can include EC2, S3, and Lambda services. 7. Quick checklist before you wrap up for the day. Use this quick checklist to keep your AWS costs in check. Set up budget alerts in AWS budgets. Regularly review AWS Cost Explorer. Implement auto-scaling where applicable. Optimize storage with lifecycle policies. Conduct monthly resource audits. 8. Summary plus CTA. The AWS cost trap can sneak up on you if you're not vigilant. By understanding your usage patterns, setting budgets, and regularly reviewing resources, you can keep your costs under control. Avoid the common pitfalls, and you'll save money while scaling your startup. If you found this video helpful, drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on mastering AWS. Bonus practical tip: if you're unsure what to pick, start with the simplest option that ships today. Then measure for 7 days, latency, errors, deploy time, and cost. Only upgrade when metrics force the decision, not fear.